This is my book, Mother, which I've created as my final major project. The book is all hand stitched. This is my introduction. This is the start of the book with the picture of my parents at their wedding. Then this is a love letter which my father sent on the morning of the wedding. I translated this letter, and the letter refers to some white heather which I photographed at the side. This is the photograph of my mother. It's a close-up. It's a photograph I've been attached to for a while, and the scratch is actually in the photograph, and I thought it was quite poignant that this scratch went across her face. I split the photograph intentionally so the split represents her personality. This is a series of images with text next to them. There are like little anecdotes, memories that I have about my mum and dad, and sometimes the good and sometimes the bad in the relationship. And these are archive photographs that I found fitted the narrative. Again, here is a picture. It's actually before I was born, so this is a family that, although I think I have memories of, I don't really remember these things. And again, an anecdote there about us going away. This is a picture of my mother, which is actually a lithograph I created, and then I rescanned it. I just liked the softness, that the idea of creating this lithograph, and then I rescanned it and toned it, and I just loved the softness, but again the emphasis of one side of it being dark. And again I've got some text. This is the chair that I found my mother when she'd had her first stroke, and there is text explaining how I felt at that time, and there is in fact an explanation of all these images at the back of the book. Again, this is a projected image of a model of myself, and it's blended with a model of my mother. The split down the middle, the photograph is positioned in such a way so that they are on different pages. So my mother and me. This mirror is a mirror that hanged in the hallway of my parents' house, and it'd be the last thing my mum looked at before she went out the house. She'd look in the mirror, and I still find that quite I don't know what the word, strange. That I've got this mirror, and every time I look in it, I half expect to see her looking in it. This again is another photo. It's about death. I explain about it at the back of the book, and there's also a narrative, a text, as you were, of how I was feeling when this photograph was made, and it's just got sadness in it. This image here, which is a double page spread, it's again a projected image, but it's one of my mother who's projected on the wall, and I'm holding this chair that we saw earlier, and it's kind of barring her from getting in at me, because I always feel like has a presence in my life even now. Again, there is a full explanation at the back of the book. The pages. This is a picture of my father, which was probably just as the Second World War began. Again, I've done a short anecdote there about the fact that the last time I saw him, he wasn't this sort of fit young man that he was in this picture. These are pictures of when my mother died. My father went on holiday on his own, and many of the pictures he took were very sadly of the inside of the hotel room. And I chose two of the pictures because it shows a single bed and it shows an empty chair, and that was quite poignant, the fact that he was no longer a couple. I did this photo, which was a vase that my mother used all the time, and I actually put the photo of the empty chair in there, and it was trying to sort of amalgamate that idea of my dad and my mum now apart. This picture here was, I found it in my dad's camera when I started this project. I couldn't believe it. There was a film inside it, and I found this picture of my mum and dad together not too long before they died. And it's ironic because we didn't have a picture. We didn't think as a family we had a picture of them together at this age, and so that was quite a moment. I've put in this verse from probably one of their favourite songs, which is A Nightingale Song in Berkeley Square. It just seemed apt. It's a piece of music that sort of haunts me to this day. And finally, there's the two heads. These heads are it's actually my head modelled, and then I put the faces of my parents over my head. The idea of the mask and hiding behind it. These more than likely would just be used in an exhibition and be a full head, 3D head. However, I've yet to decide on that, and as this book is only part of the story, it's a decision I will make later. The book has an explanation of all the images and what I was thinking when I used them and what they mean to me, and so there is quite a thing. I've also put in an idea of an exhibition proposal. Because of the lockdown, it's not been possible to do an exhibition, so I thought I would do just give myself an idea of how an exhibition may work with, large and smaller images, a projected wall here with so this image could be changing all the time. And at the end, it's just 4 seminars that I did, and some comments I received, and then the bibliography, and that's the end of the book.